The world outside had turned to watercolour, rain softly washing the day away. It wasn't a storm, just a gentle whispering rain, tapping a quiet rhythm on the roof. Inside, a single lamp cast a golden glow, making the shadows soft and friendly. The day's hustle faded, replaced by the gentle drumming of the rain. It was an evening made for quiet, for finding peace in the simplest of things. Sometimes the most profound peace is found in the stillness, just the call of the comfortable sofa and the warm lamplight. On the sofa, under a large quilt, were two people, us. We weren't talking much, we didn't need to. After so many years, silence is a language of its own. We fit together like two old puzzle pieces worn smooth from years side by side. Love is learned in the quiet moments, not the grand gestures. In a world that shouts for attention, this quiet reassurance is the most powerful declaration of all. Sometimes the most beautiful part of the path is a simple resting spot, a place to feel at home. Tea, she whispered, part of our ritual. On a rainy night, there must be tea. I nodded and she moved toward the kitchen, her silhouette framed in the doorway. The clink of mugs, the rush of water, the click of the stove, notes in our quiet symphony. She returned with two steaming mugs, the scent of chamomile and honey filling the air. We didn't speak as we sipped, letting the warmth spread through us. The tea tasted of comfort, of countless other nights just like this one. It's a quiet, steady love, as constant and comforting as the rain on the roof. We sat by the window, mugs warming our hands, watching the world outside. The gentle patter of rain on the glass became a soft soundtrack, wrapping us in a cocoon of comfort and quiet. The rain turned streetlights into blurry stars, their light bleeding into the wet asphalt. Each droplet seemed to stretch the city's glow, painting the night with shimmering trails of gold and white. Cars passed by, each a little story moving through the night. Their headlights flickered like fireflies, briefly illuminating the darkness before vanishing into the distance. We were observers, tucked away in our warm, dry world. The rain outside made our shelter feel even more precious, a small sanctuary from the storm. There's a strange sense of connection and disconnection watching rain from a window. You feel part of the world, yet protected from its chill and chaos. The rain falls on everyone, the hurried, the hopeful, the weary. Each person outside is wrapped in their own thoughts, moving through the same storm. Our little room felt like the universe, yet we were part of a much larger story. The world outside continued, vast and alive, even as we found peace in our small corner. "Look at that," she said, pointing to a single leaf, gold in the streetlight, plastered to the glass. It clung there, a tiny miracle caught between worlds. We watched it, a fleeting masterpiece gone by morning. The rain would wash it away, but for now it was ours to admire. Beauty is often fleeting. The key is to notice it while it's there. These small moments, if we pay attention, can fill us with wonder and gratitude. The reflections in the glass mingled our faces with the blurry lights outside. For a moment it was hard to tell where we ended and the world began. Our quiet interior world blended with the larger world beyond. The rain became a bridge, connecting our private peace to the city's restless energy. It was a moment of feeling both small and significant, sheltered yet connected. In the hush of the rain, we found ourselves part of something bigger, together and alive. The rhythmic rain jogs the memory, setting thoughts adrift. "Do you remember that time we got caught in the rain at the lake?" I asked. She smiled, remembering the sudden summer downpour, the two of us soaked and laughing under an oak tree. We weren't annoyed, just young, drenched, and happy. It was a miserable situation turned perfect memory. My shoes were never the same, I joked, and she laughed. The memories that stick are rarely the ones we plan. They're the detours, the mishaps, the unexpected moments. We had planned a sunny picnic. What we got was a soaking wet adventure. Years later, it's the memory of the rain we cherish. The rain outside echoed that memory, connecting our past to our present. We were older now, but the part of us that found joy in a downpour was still there. The rain was a witness then and now to a love that knew how to weather a storm. "Your hands are cold," she said, taking my hand and cradling it between hers, her touch gentle and reassuring, as if she could warm me with care alone. It was a small thing, but in that gesture there was a world of care, a silent promise that we would look after each other, no matter how ordinary the moment. Love in practice, quiet, constant attention to another's comfort, the kind that doesn't need grand declarations, just presence and gentle acts. We started talking, not about anything important, just the book she was reading, a funny thing at the store, whether to plant tulips or daffodils in the spring, or maybe both. The conversation meandered, easy and effortless, flowing like the rain outside, with no need to rush or reach a destination. No points to be made, just the simple sharing of thoughts, the comfort of being heard and understood without judgment. Our voices were a soft counterpoint to the rain, blending with the gentle patter against the glass, creating a private world just for us. "You seem tired," I said, noticing the way her shoulders slumped. She nodded, leaning her head back, letting herself relax in the quiet. "Just a lot of little things," she replied, her voice soft, as if naming them would make them lighter. "Sometimes just being seen is the greatest comfort of all, knowing someone notices and cares even when words aren't enough." She closed her eyes. "This is nice," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper, but full of contentment. Not the tea, not the rain, not the blanket, but all of it together, the whole feeling of being safe, warm and together on a rainy night. Her words were like another soft blanket, wrapping around the moment, making the ordinary feel extraordinary. They affirmed that this quiet, ordinary evening was something special, a memory being made in real time. We were right where we were supposed to be, together, wrapped in warmth and perfectly at home in each other's company. I looked around at the objects that told our story. A lopsided clay mug, a smooth stone, a ticket stub, priceless artifacts in our private museum. It's the quiet laughter, the comfort of a hand, the shared glance that says, "Are you ready to go home?" The rain outside washed away the noise, leaving only what was essential. The secret to a happy life isn't chasing big moments, but recognizing the magic in the small ones. That's what fills a home. As the night deepened, the feeling of safety in our living room grew stronger. The rain drummed more insistently, but inside nothing changed. The lamp still cast its warm light, the blanket was still warm, and we were safe. Our home was a harbour, a sanctuary we built together. This safety is one of the greatest gifts you can give. Emotional safety, the freedom to be yourself. Here you can be silent, vulnerable, imperfect, and still be loved. That's what we created in this room on this sofa. I felt her breathing deepen as she drifted towards sleep. I tightened my arm around her, a silent promise to keep watch. My purpose was simple: to be a safe harbour for the person I loved. we were each other's refuge. Love in its purest form is a shelter, the place you run to when the world is too much. Home was not a place on a map, it was the space between the two of us. The old clock chimed 10, its sound echoing softly through the room as the rain outside faded to a gentle, soothing rhythm. Each drop against the window seemed to slow, as if the world itself was winding down for the night. The city outside was growing quieter, the distant hum of traffic replaced by the hush of rainfall. Streetlights cast golden reflections on the wet pavement, and the world seemed to pause, wrapped in a blanket of calm. Soon we'd rise from our cosy spot, turn off the lamp that bathed the room in warmth, and head to bed, leaving the gentle glow behind us. The comfort of routine made the night feel safe and familiar. The mugs would wait in the sink until morning, a quiet reminder of shared moments, while the blanket, neatly folded on the armchair, promised comfort for another day. The evening would end, but the feeling would remain, lingering in the air like the scent of rain and the memory of laughter. The peace, the warmth, the sense of rightness settles into your bones, grounding you in the present and reminding you of what truly matters. A quiet evening like this isn't an escape. It's a gentle reinforcement for life, a way to recharge and find strength in the simple act of being together. Love is not always a burning fire. Sometimes it's a bed of warm embers glowing through the night, steady and enduring, offering comfort and light when the world outside is dark. It just needs a little space, a little quiet, and someone to share its warmth. A gentle presence to remind you that you're not alone. Even after the rain stops and a new day begins, this feeling of home will still be here, waiting in the soft morning light that filters through the window. It's the promise of another quiet evening, another cup of tea, another shared silence. Small rituals that build a life together, day after day. As she slept on my shoulder and the last raindrops traced the window, I felt overwhelming gratitude for these gentle moments that make up our story. Gratitude for the ordinary, beautiful, quiet love that filled our home, a love that endures quietly through every dawn and every storm.